Vanilla Minecraft, a concept almost unheard of when it comes to the PC's Java version. But what is Vanilla Minecraft? Essentially, it means out of the box. If some imaginary person were to go out and buy Minecraft, the current full 1.17 package is what they could hope to get. There will be copper that ages. There will be bees that aid crop growth. There will be villager trading that is very overpowered. These are all features that are currently available in modern vanilla Minecraft. However, there are a great deal of mods that you can add into the game that will add further content and features that those who play without mods can only dream of. The footage being played is from my current single-player survival map. At this point, it's best to think of the overall experience as mostly vanilla Minecraft. Some of the mods I use admittedly do alter certain aspects of the game. Better Than Mending is a quality of life mod that allows you to repair tools and items with mending using experience levels you already have. Simply crouch and right click to heal the item in your main hand by consuming XP. The Tree Chop mod allows you to fell an entire tree by only breaking one log block. Your axe will take a larger durability hit, so be careful. The Grindstone mod will allow you to transfer an enchantment from a tool to a book. Admittedly, this one might be a little too OP. Like, sure, the Tree Chop mod can be OP, but you're still losing durability and really only saving time. Whereas with this one, you can actually really cheese your way to some good gear. But you can also already do that with just villagers and a good experience gain, so I mean... The minimap is also admittedly a little too powerful, and I can easily see myself taking it out before my next play session. Luckily, I really only focused on redecorating the trading tower. The minimap allows me to keep better visual track of where I am, and really helps me with not getting lost. Unfortunately, it also seems to conflict in function with the performance mods I use. Both with Optifine and Sodium, I'm finding that, when also using the minimap mod, I end up having patches of overworld ground that I can see through. It's very frustrating, and I really wish I could figure out exactly what needs to be fixed. Speaking of dying, graves. So when you die, your inventory goes into a chest that looks like your face. Briefly, at first, it's protected from other players. Then, after a while, it'll simply break and send all your stuff flying everywhere as usual. I really just added this one to help keep my clumsy ass from losing everything all the time. But I'm still not entirely sure if I want to keep it in. I probably will though, I'm awful at this game. Just not awful enough that I want to basically play in creative mode. Speaking of creativity, the Adventures mod, with a Z at the end, adds in new monsters here and there to help spice up mob variety. It also adds in some new variation of netherite armor, but the best armor adding mod for me is the Dragon Loot mod. This one makes it so the Ender Dragon actually drops loot in the form of scales. Take these scales to a smithing table with a piece of netherite equipment and you can upgrade it to the dragon version. My favorite part of it all is that you can combine your chest piece with an elytra. Absolutely beautiful. Maybe a little broken, but definitely a lot awesome. Essentially just slapping the recipe step back into the game, the Gimme Bundles mod gives access to the greatest new feature of 1.17 that just didn't quite make it. I know you can only stack up to 64 items in one, but they just make keeping your inventory tidy so much easier. It's an absolute beautiful decision to use Fabric just to put bundles into your game. Fabric, Optifine, and everything else is a third-party mod, and I do not condone this in any way whatsoever, but I'm just saying it is pretty cool. The smaller but still cool mods I like to use for a vanilla-y experience are Toro Health for health bars, HUD Inventory for a little bit more information at the ready, and roughly enough items so I can be sure to know what all I'm working with from within the game. But, the biggest addition that any of these mods could have ever added? Shulker tooltips. That's right, you hover over a shulker box, hold shift, and it just shows you what's in the box. You don't have to move it to a hotbar slot, place it, put it on the ground, open it up to look at it, and break it, and move it. No. You just look at the damn thing and you get on with your life. I can't believe I've ever lived for a day in my life without using the Shulker tooltip mod. But I'm never not going back. Wait, I'm not sure if the vanilla Minecraft experience has ever been disappointing for me. Back when the game first came out, I stayed away from it because of the hype. Said hype and the fan base that generated it just seemed so alien and obnoxious to me. The graphics looked primitive and terrible, I just didn't get it. Well, years later, and the game is surprisingly still going, and somewhere around its 1.12 release. I didn't really get good until around the 1.15 release, and even then, I was still in the 1.14 release, because I didn't update to the Bs until sometime around the Nether Update snapshots, I think. I really hope you, the viewer, understands these numbers and references, because otherwise it's really going to be confusing. Well, here we are in 1.17, and I've finally come around to trying out mods of all shapes and sizes, from older 1.12 RLcraft to a newer 1.14.4 Magicraft, that I admittedly ditched the magic on hella fast and just kept the traders. So, Capitalistcraft. But now I've stumbled upon the absolute beauty that is modded modern Minecraft. That is to say, Modcraft. So far, the most revolutionary mod that I could find was one called Tech Reborn, and I've been playing that more or less with DJ. Admittedly, I haven't gotten much into the way of the tech portion, but I've certainly gotten the rest of the in-game stuff down easily. Honestly, the more stuff you mod, the easier the game gets, so it really goes to show why I should want to keep my games vanilla. Or at least as close to vanilla as possible. Maybe in something like RLcraft, where you can die from something just looking at you funny. Surviving a hardcore map there is incredible. However, with something like Magicraft was turning out to be, i.e. Capitalistcraft, all the Wandering Traders thanks to the Apotheosis mod, basically, it made Wandering Traders trade for insanely OP gear. I'm talking an enchanted diamond armor set, albeit piece by piece, but each piece is decked out with crazy enchantments, and they're almost all higher than vanilla values in enchants. They'll sell you an axe that's got sharpness 10. They'll sell you an axe that's got sharpness 10. Or the armor set that's basically makes you stronger if you take damage. It's nuts. I loved it. But you can't really consider yourself well and good if you've survived hardcore in that. Because unless you forgo the villager trading, well then of course you're going to survive if you have the equipment of the gods. Again, I love it. Even in the 1.17 TechCraft situation, there's still the in-game equips you can get thanks to the ever beautifully ported Gobber mod. The Gobber mod is hands down one of the most broken additions you can give your map. Honestly, I will probably have to make an entire video about them, but yeah. Even knowing the absolute joy that is the Gobber mod, I can still tell you I am much better off as a player with this mostly vanilla experience. There's just something about it that's still really fun and enjoyable to me. Of course, there's always some things I think I would like differently, and that's where the point of the mods comes in. But I still feel I haven't gone too far over the line, and have succeeded in keeping this mostly vanilla Minecraft. Essentially just slapping the recipes I don't ever wanna peel like I did that day. Minecraft is a game that I like to play.